The US throws away over 600 million tons of building material every year, more than double all the household trash in the country combined. Most of it still works fine. Wood, brick, hardware, even entire kitchens. One builder looked at that number and saw a free supply chain hiding in plain sight. Here's the strange part. Most builders throw all of that away. They pay to dump it, then pay again to buy new materials twice the cost for what's basically the same job done backwards. But there's a small group doing the opposite. And by the end of this video, you'll know the exact 3-step method they use to turn a demolition pile into a luxury home. Stick around because step 2 is the one nobody talks about. This isn't some fringe idea. It's already a real industry, hiding in plain sight. Take Habitat for Humanity's Restore Network. Over 1,000 stores across 6 countries, all selling donated building materials that would otherwise end up in a landfill. Doors, windows, cabinets, lumber, even entire kitchens. Real materials sold at a fraction of retail price, with the proceeds funding real homes. And Restore is just one example. In almost every major city, there's an independent salvage yard or a deconstruction company running the same math. Instead of demolishing a building in an afternoon, a crew spends a few extra days carefully taking it apart, pulling out anything still usable before the rest gets hauled away. You've probably driven past one of these places without even noticing. A plain warehouse stacked floor to ceiling with old doors, radiators, and reclaimed lumber, quietly proving the same point over and over. Someone looks at a demolition pile and doesn't see garbage. They see inventory. And once you start seeing it that way, every construction site on your drive to work looks a little different. Here's the uncomfortable truth. According to EPA data, demolition alone accounts for the vast majority of that waste stream, not new construction. Wood, brick, metal, tile, materials that took energy, labor, and resources to create, get crushed, buried, and forgotten. And it's not because those materials are worthless. It's because most crews don't have the time, training, or system to save them. On a typical job site, there might be just a single day to clear a building before the next phase starts. There's no time to sort a truckload of lumber by hand, no line item in the budget for careful removal, and no incentive built into the contract to do anything but haul it all to the same dumpster. Demolition is fast and cheap. Deconstruction, carefully taking a building apart to save materials, takes more effort up front. So the industry defaults to destruction, even when it's throwing away real value. Every ton of usable material sent to a landfill is a ton that has to be replaced with something new. New lumber cut from forests, new brick fired in kilns, new metal mined and processed. That drives up costs, drives up emissions, and drives up demand for raw resources we don't actually need to use. And on the other side, homeowners pay a premium for reclaimed or vintage materials that were, ironically, thrown away just a few miles from where they're now buying them back. It's a strange kind of double waste. Pay to throw something away, then pay again, often more, to bring a version of it back. This is where the salvage method comes in, and it's simpler than you'd expect. Step 1. Build the relationship before the demolition truck even shows up. Salvage-minded builders contact renovation and demolition crews directly, sometimes weeks in advance, and negotiate to pull specific materials out before anything gets torn down. A load-bearing beam here, a set of vintage doors there. Step 2. Sort and clean on site immediately. Wood gets denailed and stacked by size, brick gets palletized, hardware gets bagged and labeled. Skipping this step is exactly why so many good materials end up in a landfill anyway. Nobody wants to sort through a mixed pile weeks later. Step 3, and this is the one most people miss. Instead of hiding where a material came from, salvage builders lean into it. A reclaimed beam with visible saw marks, or a worn brick with real history, becomes the design feature that sells the room, not something to disguise. Think exposed ceiling joists left rough instead of covered in drywall, or a kitchen island built from flooring that still has the old finish nail holes showing. That's the real shift here. Salvage isn't a compromise you make to save money. It's a completely different design philosophy, one where character and sustainability sell the home instead of working against it. If you're curious about working with salvaged materials, here are 5 places to start. 1. Check local architectural salvage yards. Most cities have at least one, often tucked away in an industrial part of town, full of doors, windows, and hardware priced at a fraction of retail. 2. Contact deconstruction companies before a renovation project even begins. Many will let you walk through and pick materials before the crew starts hauling things away, and some will even set items aside if you ask in advance. 3. Always test reclaimed wood for structural integrity before using it anywhere load-bearing. A quick inspection for rot, insect damage, or hidden cracks can save you from a costly and even dangerous mistake later. For budget extra time, not just extra money, for cleaning and prepping materials. Pulling old nails, sanding, and refinishing takes real labor, and salvage almost always needs more of it than buying something new off the shelf. And 5. Start small before you start big. A single reclaimed accent wall, a countertop, or even just the hardware on your cabinets is a low-risk way to learn the process and get a feel for the extra work involved before committing an entire project to it. But salvage building isn't foolproof, and there are 3 mistakes that trip up almost everyone who tries it for the first time. The first is skipping inspection. Old wood or brick can look perfectly fine on the surface while hiding rot, insect damage, or structural weakness underneath. And by the time that shows up, it's usually already built into a wall. The second is underestimating labor costs. Cleaning, denailing, and prepping salvaged material can sometimes cost more in time and labor than simply buying something new, which quietly erases the savings people expect going in. And the third is ignoring local building codes. Some jurisdictions have specific rules about reusing structural materials in load-bearing applications, so it's worth checking with a local inspector before you design an entire room around a salvaged beam that might not even be approved. Here's something most people don't realize. Some of the oldest, densest wood available today doesn't come from a forest at all. It comes from buildings built over a century ago, when trees were harvested from old-growth forests that simply don't exist anymore. Those trees grew slowly for hundreds of years before they were ever cut, which packed their growth rings tighter and made the wood denser and stronger than almost anything grown today. Strong enough that some builders specifically seek out old industrial buildings just for the framing lumber inside. That means certain reclaimed beams are literally made of wood you cannot buy new at any price, no matter how much money you have. In a strange way, salvage isn't just eco-friendly. Sometimes it's the only way to get a material at all. So back to that number from the beginning, over 600 million tons of building material thrown away every year, more than double the country's entire household trash. Somewhere in that pile is exactly what a restore volunteer, a salvage yard owner, or a deconstruction crew is trained to spot. Not garbage, but inventory. The real twist isn't that salvage saves money, even though it often does. It's that the most valuable material in construction might already exist, just waiting in the wrong pile. If this changed the way you look at demolition sites, that's the whole point. Most people drive past a dozen of them a week and never think twice about where all that material actually goes, until they see it laid out like this. So the next time you pass one, take a second look. There might be more sitting in that pile than anyone around it realizes. And if you want more stories like this one, hit subscribe because next time we're going somewhere even the builders in this video haven't tried yet.